welcome back to the Academy. We're still in the process of making bags. So, Kenny, you were talking about how we would place the bags together.
Yes. From where we stopped, I said that you have to place gum on the outer layer, the fabric layer where you've placed the leather, and then you have to apply gum also on the sheet board. Actually, where exactly the side of the purse will be on the sheet board. You place your gum there too, and then let me say this: whenever you put ever stick and then it's dried and then you want to fold in like I was earlier said for the fiber paper and then the sheet board, you have to knock it in with an hammer, and then basically if you want to sew too, after knocking in you just sew around. Really, the point is that it's not the sewing that holds the purse together. It's actually the ever stick. But for neatness, I prefer to do some sewing. I could actually sew. I prefer to do some sewing around it. So really, that's just after you folded in that you actually knock with the hammer and then you just sew around. So after you've placed your gum on the sheet board where the sides will be, and it's dried, and the other side with the leather is dried too, you gently place the ever stick side of the leather, the templates that we've already cut out, on the side where the gum was put for the sheet board. And then when you put it, you gently go down the curve and gently fold it in until it's a perfect sort of oval shape on the sheet board. Now you do that for the two sides, and when that is done, you your purse is almost done. You can have one piece of the fiber paper aside, and then the other piece has the sides together with the inner. Now you basically have to put your magnet pin in here. Now the magnet pin is what puts the closest the purse together. Basically the clutch purse. When you put your magnet pin, you find the point where you'll be clipping the bag and place the magnet pin, one side of the magnet pin on the fiber paper, and then the other side of the magnet pin on the inner sheet board. And then after that is done, you place your gum, that's the ever stick gum. I said I especially like to use the top bond, and then you place it all over the sides of the inner side of the sheet board. That's the other side is the fabric, and then the inner is where the paper is still showing. Now you place your gum on that side, and then you place your gum on the inner side too of the fiber paper where the fiber paper is still showing. Now you leave it to dry basically, and then when it's dried, you now place the two of them together. Now matching each side for each side and gently going down, making sure that there is no rough or squeezing, rough edges or squeezing in between, and then you go smoothly down until the whole purse is covered, the whole ever stick side are covered, and then you basically have your purse already made. You just clip it in, and then that's done basically. Yes, and then you hammer, make sure you hammer all the sides that were done. And really, like I said, the sewing is not all the purse together. It's just the gum, the ever stick rather, on the two sides, and then you have your purse, and it's as simple as that. Really. So now we have our purse already made. Yes. All right. I think this is a very, very beautiful one. Okay, I think I'm keeping this one, right, Kenny? It's going to be mine. I believe. Hopefully.
Hopefully. All right. But, well, it being the first episode of the Academy, we'll be giving out this purse to a lucky viewer. Now, if you know that you want to have this purse with you, you would have to answer a question. So, Kenny, what question should we ask?
I mentioned two specific shapes when I was talking about how I get my designs. I mentioned two specific ones that I did way back and that were kind of odd apart from the normal cuts we have for cut purses. So I would like to the viewers to tell me the two exact shapes I talked about.
Okay, so the question is the two exact shapes the CEO and founder of Élan Dame spoke about while speaking on the shapes or the concept for the purses. So if you think you know the answer to the question or you think you want to take a guess, you could send us a mail at theacademy@webtvng.com, and then surely you'll get the purse. All right, I think I have one more question before we go. Kenny, peradventure there's someone at home that is thinking, okay, I have this similar idea, or this is something unique I would like to do. What kind of tip or advice will you give to such person?
Okay. First of all, I like the person to be very sure that the person has passion for what the person wants to do. Because really, if you do not have passion for it, you would get tired of it. Especially when it has to do with armies and all, like church purses and all. But really, for me, my passion has been what has been the driving force, basically. Because through the whole, when my machine is not functioning well, or when I'm not really seeing what I really want to see, I keep pressing on because I want to see the picture I already had in mind. So really, it's the interest and the passion that keeps me going. So first of all, I like to say that I really have the passion for it, because if you do not have the passion or the interest, you definitely get tired of doing the whole process. And secondly, I like to say that basically when you do your work, watch out for neatness. Don't just say, I'm just doing this and then I just want to see it quickly come out. Take your time and watch out for neatness. And then above all, I like to say that really what you should do is don't think you cannot start. Don't think you need a huge capital to start. No, really, you could start with something small, just buying a little small of every material, and then maybe a particular Ankara you're not using anymore or something, and then just cut out and practice. Yes, practice makes perfect, and then I believe God will perfect every other thing.
Okay, finally, before we go, what's next for you, Kendi?
All right, greater heights.
Okay.
Greater heights, going international, not just Nigeria alone, going international. I'm moving higher, going into diverse other kinds of things, like things related to fashion. So not just purses now, going into bigger bags, not just cut purses, going into shoes, going into clothes. Now when I mean clothes, we already do a little bit of clothes, but now going higher. Now I'm just talking about higher in all areas. Okay. Now higher international.
Okay, I guess you have a very busy schedule from now on, looking at all the things you've planned ahead. But thank you very much for being on the Academy, Kendi. Well, that brings us to the end of this episode of the Academy. If you think you have further questions on the skill learned today, or you like further training on bags making with Élan Dame Fashion House, you could send us a mail, theacademy@webtvng.com. I sincerely hope this has inspired you to start up something today, or just do something new with what you have inside of you. And I also want you to remember that there's something in you that will cause the world to celebrate. Don't forget to keep the date with us next week at the same time next week on the Academy. Thank you very much for watching.